You know, when preparation and opportunity meets, fear doesn't stand a chance.
Educate, empower, enable, impact. Thank you for tuning in to That Will Never Work, an award-winning podcast where we share inspiring information and personal experiences related to business and the entrepreneurial journey from those who are leaders in their respective field. Now, here's your host, author and business coach, Maurice.
Hey, everyone. How are you today? So when we think about opportunities, some of us get a little off because for most people, they hesitate at the door of opportunity because that word fear paralyzes them. And why does it do that? Because sometimes we're not expecting it. Sometimes we have not put ourselves in position to even receive that opportunity. So it comes clear that preparation is key. See, because preparation equips you with the tools and the clarity that transforms that fear into action. So if you listen to other episodes where I talk about preparation and we're talking about doing some quote unquote graphic design work and utilizing tools out there where you can have templates for a flyer. You got to do that presentation at work. Do you now have a template to do a PowerPoint presentation? Because you don't want your presentation to look like everyone else's, because everybody else is doing PowerPoint as well. And that's a part of the assignment at work. But you need yours just to stand out just a little bit. So do you understand that there are tools out there for you to get these things done? So, and now because we understand that these tools are out here, now we're a little more clear and less fearful of the process or the project that's in front of us. And then self-doubt starts to disappear, starts to shrink a little bit because you're ready. Or at least you're a little closer than you believed you were when it was presented to you. And I know that for myself that when someone and I used in another episode on how if someone were to call me right now about a project for a flyer, I don't have to start from scratch utilizing certain tools. I don't have to, if someone says, Maurice, can you create a PowerPoint presentation for me? I don't have to go and start from the very beginning. Hey, Maurice, can you help me with a logo reveal in my video? I don't have to start from scratch. Maurice, can you help me with transitions and things like that? Yes, again, I have some education about it. Yes, I have some years of experience behind it. But for those of you who are not in that position that I am in, there are tools and resources for you to use. And so in another show, we talked about challenging yourself, right? To dedicate just 15, 20 minutes a day and just learning and reviewing your goals and refining your skills. But now if you take those moments and mimic those opportunities, so like if you're trying to speak in front of a small group, because your goal is to refine your public speaking skills. Go out there and find that small group to speak in front of. Go out there and create that small group, whether it's through a Zoom or a Riverside small classroom opportunity. So now that you can put yourself in that position. Now I did hear someone say not too long ago, his name is Kev on stage, where he says, you know what? Create that content, because guess what? Somebody's going to critique you and tell that it's bad and it sucks. And guess what? That's the worst that somebody can do. So sometimes that fear of being rejected paralyzes us. We don't want to hear, again, the outside voices, but does that prepare you to say, I can do this, because that's the worst they can say? Are you ready for that? I haven't always been ready. I can tell you that up front. Because I was not prepared to hear the negative talk that I've heard over and over again in certain situations as a child. I didn't want to go through that again. But what I didn't realize, that it ultimately prepared me for where I am today. Everyone doesn't like this show. Everyone doesn't like what I'm putting out there. And guess what? That's fine. I realize that this content is not for those individuals. It's for those of you that are here. It's for those of you that are listening. It's for those of you who are growing from that. And so now here's your opportunity to now just say, you know what? I'm going to sit down. I'm going to reflect. I'm going to write in my journal about what my next big opportunity is, and I'm going to mentally walk through it. Now I'm prepared. And now I can see what my potential challenges are for myself, instead of, hey, what I said was wrong. It was out of order, it's out of pocket. And now I'm fearful of what this backlash is going to be. So if you're not prepared for it, if you're not ready for it, yes, you have that opportunity for that to happen. And again, everyone's not going to agree to everything that you say. But what you need to do is just practice it out loud, and maybe even find someone to role play with you. So now you can start building that trust with yourself. So I just need you to consider why this matters, because you really need to know that opportunity is not going to just kick in the door. And sometimes you can't even just kick in the door to opportunity too. You might have to be very persistent of getting that door open and putting yourself in those positions for you to grow and for you to achieve and for you to understand that this journey that you're on, you're going to have some bumps and bruises. There's a question that I ask all my guests. If y'all listen to the guest episodes of Would You Rather, choose 3 doors or a fork in the road? And that fork in the road is not always the easiest. It isn't. Some people say, hey, I want more options. But if you look at the doors, especially from a standpoint of, hey, all the doors are closed and all the doors are, 3 and 4 inches of steel thick. What is that going to look like when you go on the other side? And sometimes that's how we look at ourselves and fears. That fear is 10 inches thick and we can't get it over, around it, through it, whatever it is. But if you're prepared and you have the right tools to get through it, you can do it. So take the time, create micro challenges, create moments of reflection, and rehearse what you're looking to accomplish. Because I guarantee you'll be there. faster than you think. I thank you very much for listening today.
Educate. Thanks for listening. Follow Maurice Chisholm on social media to stay connected and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, that will never work. Or will it?